Welcome to percent packet number 2. In this packet, we will be doing some combination problems. On page 1, we're going to be marking down in the first part of the problem and marking up in the second part of the problem. On page 2, we are going to be doing a double markdown, and on page 3, we're going to be doing a double mark up. Each time you do a mark down or a markup, you need to draw a detailed tape diagram. So let's begin on problem number 1. Kathy bought a guitar marked 25% off. Well, this will be a mark down. And the guitar was originally priced at $280. The sales tax rate on the guitar was 6.2%. Now, tax is a mark up. Find the final cost. So for this problem, you'll be drawing 2 tape diagrams, one with a mark down and the other with a mark up. Let's start our first diagram. Our first tape diagram should be 100%, and it should be cut into 2 parts because it's a mark down. We need to find the sale price of the guitar. So we're going to use the 75% or 0.75 hundredths as our rate to find the sale price. Start with the formula. R times T equals P. Multiply 0.75 by $280. You should get a sale price of $210. Now take that sale price, and in the second tape diagram, you're going to need to mark that up with tax. So on your next tape diagram, your total is $210, which is the sale price of the guitar. And that's what's going to get taxed, the sale price of the guitar. So we're going to take this bar and we're going to add on or mark up the tax. Please pause your video if you need time to catch up on the notes. Our tax is 6.2%. So 100% plus 6.2 equals a final rate of 106.2%. Of course, that's the cost plus the tax rate. That is the rate we use for the final cost. So when we're calculating the final cost, we're going to use this rate, but as a decimal. So, take your decimal percent and convert it. Move your decimal 2 places, and this is the decimal rate we're going to use in the formula. Let's write down our formula. R times T equals P. And we are going to calculate the final cost. Step 2. 1.062 times the sale price of the guitar, $210. Let's take a moment and multiply using our calculator. You should end up with a final price of $223 That is the cost of the guitar, the sale price of the guitar, with the tax included. Now complete problem 2 on your own. It's almost identical to problem number 1, except there's a change in a few of the values. But you will do a mark down first and a mark up second. You can pause the video at this point and complete problem number 2. When you're ready, turn the video back on and let's move to page 2. On page 2 of your packet, you will be doing a double mark down. You will take 100% and cut it into parts for the first part of the problem and the second part of the problem. This is a situation where you have double coupons. Let's read problem number 3. Tyler wants to buy a pair of shoes that sells for $98. He has 2 coupons. One coupon is for 35% off, and that will be your first markdown. The second coupon is for an extra 20% off. That will be your second markdown tape diagram. The cashier takes the 35% discount first, and then the additional 20% off second. Find the sale price. So let's start with our first tape diagram. We know that the total is $98 and that's 100%. Now, we're going to cut this into parts. The savings part of the bar and the sale price part of the bar. We save with the first coupon 35%. That means we're spending 65%. Move the decimal twice, and in order to find the first sale price, we're going to use a rate of 0.65 in the formula. Here we go. R times T equals P. 0.65 times $98. When we multiply, we get an initial sale price. The first sale price is $63.70. But we have a second coupon. And we're going to draw a second tape diagram for $63.70. The second coupon offers an extra 20% off. We get to save even more money. But that means that the second sale price is 80% of the first sale price. Scoop, scoop, or 80 cents of every dollar. We're going to use that rate to calculate the second sale price. R times T equals P. We have to pay 80 cents of every dollar, and we're going to multiply that by 63.70. So let's begin. 0.80 times 63.70. The second sale price drops to $50.96. That is the answer to question number 3. Let's take a peek at question number 4. Question number 4. Carl wants a pair of shoes that sells for $66. He has 2 coupons. One coupon is for 45% off, and he'll use that first. And the second coupon is for an extra $8 off. In that case, for that second coupon, we're just going to subtract $8 from the sale price. The cashier takes the first $45 discount and then subtracts the $8 off. What is the final sale price? So in this case, you will only need one tape diagram for the first discount, but for the second discount, all you need to do is subtract $8 right off the sale price. You can complete this problem on your own. Let's turn to page 3. On page 3, we are going to do a double markup. We're going to add on to our first tape diagram and add on to our second. Let's take a look at problem number 5. A store purchased a pair of jeans for $18 and sold it to a customer for an 80% markup, or 80% more than the purchase price. So that's our first tape diagram. The customer was charged a tax rate of 8.2% when the jeans were sold. So tax will be our second markup. What was the customer's total cost for the jeans? Let's start with our first tape diagram and add on the markup for profit. Draw the part of the bar that represents the cost. We have an $18 item. That's 100% of what we paid, but we're going to mark it up 80%. Altogether, the customer will pay a retail price at the rate of 180%. Scoop twice, and we will use the rate of 1.80 in our formula to calculate the retail price the customer pays. Pause the video if you need some time, but let's jot down our formula. R times T equals P. We know we're going to pay at 1.80 times $18. Let's multiply and see what the retail cost is to the customer. 1.80 times 18. The customer will be paying $32.40. But now, as they take that up to the register to buy those jeans, we're going to have to charge them tax. So let's draw a second markup tape diagram. So we know that the cost is represented here, $32.40. Tax is added on. Add the cost and the tax, you get the final cost. So as far as a rate goes, we have 100% plus 8.2%. We are at 108.2%. As we convert that to a pure decimal, the rate we're going to use in the formula is 1.082. R times T equals P. 1.082 times 32.40. Grab your calculators and punch in 1.082 times 32.40. Now we may have to do a little bit of rounding to the nearest whole penny, but write down your answer that appeared on the calculator. We know money goes to the hundreds place, the pennies position. So we're going to have to round. The 6 is 5 or more to raise that score. So our final answer is 35.06. Yes, it is a rounded amount, but it is the final answer. Now let's just take a peek at problem number 6, and that will conclude this video. Problem number 6 is a single tape diagram question, and you're going to add a flat fee in step 2. Let's take a closer look and discuss it. Number 6. A store purchased a pair of glasses for $25 and sold it to a customer for a 90% markup or more than the purchase price. The customer was charged a one-time fee of $12.99 for the glasses, a measuring fee. What was the customer's total cost? So, in step 1, you're going to have to take the cost of the glasses, which is $25, or 100% of the cost, and you're going to have to add on a markup of 90%. So the customer is charged a 190% at a 190% rate for the customer cost or their retail price that they pay. So that's the first part of the problem. You're going to have to calculate the cost to the customer using your formula and the 190% rate, which will calculate the retail cost that the customer pays. But once you get that cost, in step 2, you do not need to make a second tape diagram. What you need to do is take the cost of the glasses and add a simple flat fee of $12.99 to the cost. And that's it. A one-time measuring fee of $12.99. When you add the retail cost and $12.99, you will arrive at the final answer. This concludes packet number 2.